Hey everybody! So you probably noticed that the name of this video is a little bit different this week, and that's because I'm pissed. And we'll get more into that later. Before we really get into this, I want to remind everyone to please hit the like button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. That really helps out the channel a lot. And also, if you're new to the channel or not yet subscribed for any reason, please hit that subscribe button. It is greatly, greatly appreciated as we try and grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. So I am not happy. My record now, I went 2-3 with my locks of the week this past week. My record now is 4-4. It's not going well. And I am not happy with the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Nashville Predators. Now, up to this point, I've called this series locks of the week, saying that these teams are locks to beat other teams. Well, you know what? I'm not using the L word anymore because there is no freaking such thing as a lock in the NHL, and last night proved that. Tampa Bay against Ottawa should have been an easy win for the Lightning. Ottawa's the worst team in the league, and Tampa Bay loses to the freaking Ottawa Senators. Are you kidding me, Lightning? The Lightning are on my shit list now. I am pissed at them for that. That is the ultimate lock in the NHL. The best team versus the worst team. Tampa Bay versus Ottawa. And the freaking Senators win. Are you kidding me, Tampa Bay? So, I'm done with the word lock. This is now picks of the week. These are my game picks for the week. I am not calling them locks. Everything else stays the same. But I'm not using the L word anymore. Also, Nashville. What the hell, Nashville? You're one of the best teams in the Western Conference. You're playing a team that can't score, a team that's one of the worst, if not the worst, in the Western Conference, and you lose 7-4 to the freaking Kings? Did the Kings even score 7 goals all of last year? I mean, they're the worst offensive team in the league. And you give up 7 goals to the Kings. Are you kidding me? So the Predators and the Lightning completely fall flat on their faces in the same night. Just an absolute joke. And that ruined my week. I thought I easily would have gone 4-1 or 5-0 last week. But Tampa Bay and Nashville shit the bed on the same night. And, yeah, 2-3 record last week. So I am not happy. But it's a new week. I'm still going to do predictions, or I'm still going to do picks. They're not locks anymore. They're picks now. Let's take a deep breath. Let's move on. And let's make sure that I finish this week with an above 500 record. Otherwise, it's going to get really, really embarrassing here. So, my picks of the week this week. We got one for tonight, October 13th, Sunday night, Vegas versus LA. Vegas is going to win this game. This is revenge time for me personally against the LA Kings. But Vegas, clearly the better team. LA playing back-to-back nights. Yes, they're at home, but they're playing back-to-back nights. There is no way that the Kings are going to play nearly as good as they did last night. I think Vegas steps right in there and beats the Kings tonight in LA. And, yeah, Vegas, I think, is one of my strong picks for tonight. Moving on to Tuesday, October 15th, Toronto over Minnesota. Minnesota plays in Ottawa on Monday, then Toronto on Tuesday. Back-to-back games with travel, albeit short travel. Ottawa to Toronto isn't a huge deal. But they do have travel in between, and they're playing back-to-back games. There is no way, I do not see any way, that Minnesota is going to go into Toronto on a second game of a back-to-back and beat Toronto on their home ice. The Maple Leafs offense is just way too good. Minnesota can't really score. They struggle offensively. They're not going to score enough goals to beat the Maple Leafs. So I'm taking Toronto over Minnesota on Tuesday night. Moving on to Thursday night, I am riding Vegas hard this week. Vegas is at home Thursday night against the Ottawa Senators, and I think Vegas clearly is going to win that game. Ottawa beat Tampa Bay. Yes, that's their one big win for the season, I guess, but that was at home. I don't see any way that Ottawa marches into Vegas and beats Vegas on their home ice. Listen, yes, It's possible. That's why I'm not using the L word anymore, because it is possible, but it's very, very unlikely. Vegas is clearly the better team. Um, and I think Vegas gets their job done on home ice against a much weaker opponent like the Senators. So Thursday, I think Vegas at home over Ottawa for sure. Friday, I have Chicago over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Chicago still hasn't won a game yet. Maybe they'll have a win by Friday. We don't know. But if not, they'll still be going for their first win of the season. Listen, they're at home against Columbus. You guys know I'm not high on the Blue Jackets this year. I think that's a game that Chicago should win and that they certainly need to win. And I mean, if they're still winless by Friday, then each game gets more and more important for them to get that first win. They really need to start putting some W's in the win column. So I have Chicago over Columbus at home on Friday. And my final pick this week is for Saturday, San Jose over the Buffalo Sabres. I know Buffalo is off to a very good start, and San Jose is off to a very poor start. However, they're in San Jose at the Shark Tank, and for me, I think this is all about sense of urgency for the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks have got to turn things around and turn things around quickly, and they know that. I expected a step back from the Sharks this year. I think many people did. They weren't going to be the same team that they were last year or the last few years. However, I don't think anyone expected this big of a step back to the point where they're, a 1-4 team at this point. San Jose's got to put it together here at some point. They've got to start turning things around. They got to start working back towards 500. Yes, Buffalo's off to a good start, but I'm still not sold on them overall. I think as the season goes along, they're going to fade much like they did last year. And I think San Jose at home is going to have a sense of urgency for this game and know that they need to win, and they will do that. So I think San Jose beats Buffalo next Saturday night. So those are my picks of the week this week. I'm definitely big on Vegas. No team I'm really hammering down on. I've got all 5 games I've predicted different losers, so I'm not hammering on one team or not, but I definitely think Vegas is going to have a good week. Toronto over Minnesota, to me, I mean, if Toronto can't beat Minnesota at home, that's a real bad situation for them. Chicago and Columbus might not be a guarantee, but I think the Blackhawks really need to start picking up some wins. And then San Jose, I think, starts to turn things around this week and get back towards 500. So those are my picks this week. We'll see how I do. Hopefully this 4-4 record is much better come next Sunday. I really hope so. Or this is going to get to be an embarrassing series pretty soon. But again, this shows how difficult predicting the NHL is. How there's no such thing as a lock, and just the parity in the league and how anyone can beat anyone on any given night. And that's the way the NHL is. That makes it really fun to watch, really exciting, but it makes it really freaking hard to predict and try and pick games. But those are my 5 picks for this week. We'll see how I do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.